guys, it's Fee, and I am finally here for a pregnancy update. Last I talked to you, I believe I did a week 12 and 13 combo vlog, and we're going to do another combo vlog. I am 16 weeks and 3 days today, so I owe you a week 14 and week 15 vlog, and I'm probably going to toss a little bit of 16 into this since we're halfway into that one. I disappeared for a little while because I got sick. I had an infection, and whenever I get an infection, like in my lungs or even in my nose or anything like that, I end up with bronchitis and asthma, and it's not pretty. It's really not pretty. I still have some remnants of that, so I may sound a little breathy because the lungs aren't quite up to par yet, and if I have a coughing and hacking fit, I will do my best to edit out so you don't have to hear that, because yeah, it's not pretty. I did end up, though I really didn't want to go to the doctor and have to take anything. It got pretty bad, and I did end up going. They gave me amoxicillin, which they claim is the safest thing out there for people to have when they're pregnant. It's been around for forever. Haven't found anything in the past that it has caused if you take it while you're pregnant. I was also able to take my inhaler, but they only wanted me to do that once every 6 hours. Though she did say that if I had issues breathing, the pros definitely outweighed the cons if I used it more than that. And the cons were more related to me and getting addicted to it. Nothing really bad baby-wise with that. And I remember a couple years ago, the first time I got pregnant, I was seeing an allergist at the time. Actually, the second time I got pregnant, I'm sorry. I was seeing an allergist at the time, and they had told me that, you know, if you have issues breathing, don't be afraid to use the inhaler because your body tries to preserve you first and the baby needs air, so use the inhaler. So that being said, I am now here. I've got a ton of stuff to share with you guys. My voice, I hear my voice already going in and out, so bear with me on that, sorry. So, I am 16 weeks and 3 days, and a couple of days ago, I had my first appointment with a regular run-of-the-mill OB, and I say it that way because I've been with an IVF clinic for so long, it really does feel like culture shock. And I was a little scared because, as you may or may not remember, this really was a brand spanking new OB, even to me. I didn't want to go back to the OB that I previously was because I just didn't have a lot of trust there and I wanted someone new. Did some research, and in the end I think it paid off because so far I am pretty satisfied with this OB, even though it was only one visit. I just got a really great feeling. She just was amazing. Honestly, out of all the doctors I've seen for everything and anything, this doctor had the best personality out of any doctor I've ever seen. She was just so incredibly nice and upbeat. And she comes in and she sits down and she talks to you and she wants to know everything on your mind and she wants to tell you everything on her mind and what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. And lets you ask as many questions as you want, doesn't rush you. It really was great. It really was great. And on top of that, I thought I was scheduled for an ultrasound, and I actually wasn't. They were just going to put the monitor on me and make sure that the heartbeat sounded good and whatnot. But after she got our story in her mind, our whole story, my IVF clinic had sent all of the information to her. But you know, once you see people, you can tell that when you convert over from an IVF clinic, everything makes you nervous because it's like you're put back into the realm of normal people, and you don't get nearly as many visits or ultrasounds or anything. And she said, all right, well, you know what, let's make sure you guys don't have a heart attack since you're not going to get an ultrasound for a little while. And there was a machine in the room, and she grabbed it and did a really quick ultrasound, but we did get to see the baby. And I will say, it was a bit of a milestone, just a small milestone. It was technically the first abdominal ultrasound I've ever had. She did do it abdominally. The other ultrasounds have always been the other way. So it was kind of exciting to know that baby is big enough and in the right position now and up high enough where they can use an abdominal ultrasound on me. So that was pretty awesome. I will toss in some pictures in a quick little video Baby had it wasn't the clearest picture because baby was moving around as usual. But the one thing that was clear as day was a little thumbs up. We got a little thumbs up from baby. And towards the end, we did get another wave, though I did not get it on picture. I think you can kind of see it a little bit in the video that I'll attach. But it's really funny. The doctor had said, "Oh, look, baby's doing a princess wave." It literally looked like a princess wave. And I said, well, that means it's a girl, right? All right, so before I go on, here are the pictures in the video.
Hey, waving there, child. Baby's waving there. It's doing this kind of a wave. What does that mean, huh?
It's a princess.
It's a princess wave.
It's a princess. That means it must be a girl.
I told you that before.
He swears it's a girl.
Well, he calls the shot, you know, guys.
I don't get to call it. Just,
I'm not gonna look at the side.
just my guess.
There's a hand up there right by the face.
Oh,
like
I see the hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're scratching your face. With your face. Oh, okay, hi.
You can look to see if you can tell what it is if you want. Just don't tell us if you see anything.
Looks good. Anyways, so now
Okay, so that was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. The other thing we did is we talked about all of the testing we had already done that covered certain things like Downs and whatnot because of the PGD we had. So they knew that I didn't need a lot of that stuff. I did offer it in case we did want to do it again, because again, PGD is not perfect. But we decided not to. We declined it. But the one thing that we did do is, and I don't remember what they call this test. I think it may have been an AMA. Don't ask me what that stands for. And they drew my blood for that, and they drew my blood for what they call the basic second trimester screening. And they also drew my blood for another test that is essentially for spina bifida and anything that a lack of folic acid can cause. And all of that came back today, and it all came back good. All of it was good results. It was everything we wanted to hear. The spina bifida stuff came back negative, so that's awesome. And that's it. That's it. The next time I will see this doctor is in 4 weeks. That's at the beginning of June. And that same week is also going to be my next ultrasound, which will be my anatomy scan. So we will not find out the sex of the baby until that anatomy scan. And even then, we probably won't find out because we are going to do a gender party. So we're going to have them put it in a little envelope and probably do it the following weekend because the ultrasound is going to land on a Friday. I believe it's June 5th, whatever that Friday is. I believe it's June 5th. And my cake girl needs some time to do the cake, so we're hoping it's going to be the following weekend, and then that's when we all get to find out if it's a boy or a girl. So, and she did tell me that for the next little while, it is only going to be visits every 4 weeks, and it's like, wow, complete culture shock. And this doctor also shares practice with 3 other doctors, so I may be seeing the other 3 doctors here and there just so that I can become familiar with them. They can become familiar with me. You know, you never know who you're going to get when it's time to deliver labor and delivery. And after that point, when I hit 32 weeks, she said she's going to see me every week. And somewhere in between here, I'm not clear on when, I'm also going to be seeing a high-risk doctor. And they consider me high risk for multiple reasons. Obviously, I haven't taken any of the tests yet for gestational diabetes, but I am already high risk because of my weight and also because of IVF. That's just the way they treat it. So I'm fine with that. You know, the more doctors making sure everything's right, that's fine with me. So that is it. That is it from the doctor's appointment. Past that, I have a little notebook here because I have been writing things down for the last couple of weeks, And I know if I didn't, there's no way I would remember to tell you guys everything that's been going on, symptom-wise and whatnot. So, first thing I wrote down is acid reflux. I believe the last time I talked to you guys, I had said that it really was only at night that it was happening at night. That has kind of picked up the pace again, and I'm kind of getting it all the time. Some days are better than others, but when it hits, wow, it really hits. And I do try and make sure that I don't take too many Tums. I try and limit myself to like 2 a day at the most. The new doctor said that it was okay for me to take an over-the-counter acid reducer. She gave me the name of one that escapes me at the moment, but I really am going to try and not do any of that if I can help it. I have MTHFR, and if you look up acid reducers and MTHFR, there's some arguable data out there, just like everything else with MTHFR. None of it is, set in stone. But one of the doctors that's pretty well known for this, and I believe this is on mthfr.net, did do an article concerning why people with MTHFR, especially if you have more than one marker, more than one gene, which I do, for MTHFR, should not use acid reducers. It blocks absorption of certain B vitamins, which is already a problem with us, so you don't want to make that even worse. So, do I bank into that? I don't know. But in my opinion, if I can take less of anything while I'm pregnant, then why not try and take less? So I try and only take that when it gets absolutely unbearable. At most 2 a day. Lately, I've been able to go without taking any, but again, it comes and goes. There are certain days that are just really bad. It's just part of it. All right, next thing I have written down is I said I was getting lots of nausea, lots of gag reflex stuff. During week 14, it kind of, something happened that it hadn't happened before. In the past, I was getting a lot of nausea, a lot of like gag reflex from certain things, but I hadn't actually tossed my cookies yet. Well, I can't say that anymore. It did actually happen. I knew it was bound to happen eventually, but when it happened, I certainly didn't expect. I was eating lunch in my office one day at work, and I had brought teriyaki chicken. Not a big deal for me. I eat any kind of chicken you can think of. I like chicken. And I got about halfway through it, and then it was like, this doesn't quite feel right. At that point, I was lucky that the bathroom at my workplace is literally across the hallway from my office, which will have its uses later, by the way, because I had to run and the cookies got tossed. That was that. Then afterwards, I came back into my office, and the rest of the teriyaki chicken was there, and I was like, couldn't even handle the smell of it. It had to be thrown away. Just couldn't even do it. But I will say, after that point, the nausea and the gag reflex from certain smells and whatnot really, for the most part, has gone away now. In week 15 and the beginning of 16 now, it really has gone away. There are a couple of things that would make me go, oh, I really don't like the way that smells, but it's not happening very often anymore. So it has definitely subsided. On that same token, the energy has definitely gone back up. The energy is much better than it was. I was really tired for a while, and I was just working through it. And then I got sick, which made it even worse. And as I started to feel better from being sick, despite the way my voice sounds, the energy also seemed to kind of go back up. And it's so far, it's stayed there. And the other thing that has changed is I have definitely popped out. There are things that are not fitting me anymore. The jeans, the crops, the shorts, nothing is fitting me anymore. I only have like 2 pairs of work pants that are fitting. So I did have to go, actually last night, and bite the bullet and get some maternity clothes, which again was another milestone for me. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like, oh my gosh, wow, this is happening. This is happening. So I popped out. I definitely popped out. I don't think it's huge. Again, I'm a plus size girl, so it's not all baby, and you got to know that, and I'm fine with it. I have been posting a couple of pictures on Instagram. I posted one today, but I have been posting one just about weekly, so I'll put those here. And there's your bump shots. I'm going to use those for my bump shots. Later on, I am sure that, you know, once the bump gets really big, I will probably be doing bump shots directly in the videos. But for now, I'm just going to show you the pictures that I've been taking over the course of the week and posting elsewhere just in case you haven't seen them. So I did say that the anatomy scan is going to be on June 5th. But I still have no premonition at all whether it's going to be a girl or a boy. My husband still swears up and down it's a girl. There's a lot of people that think it's going to be a girl. I have done 3 gender tests now, which are on my channel. I'll try and remember to link them below if you haven't seen them. And all 3 of them had the same results. I'm not going to spoil it from you. Go and watch it. But I'm not sure how much I'm banking into that because obviously they're not scientific. Most of them are just for fun. I am going to be doing another gender test type vlog that just goes through all of the basic old wives' tales, and we'll do a counter to see how many say boy and how many say girl, and we'll see where we end up. Next thing on the list, cravings. The cravings have subsided. There's not been too many. The milk thing is still hanging around, but it's chocolate milk now. I don't remember. Somebody mentioned that a couple of vlogs ago. I think somebody commented saying, oh, I had that too, but it's chocolate milk. See if that happens. Well, it did. It's chocolate milk now, particularly with Hershey's syrup kind of chocolate milk. I don't know why that is. My husband's preference is actually Nesquik, and he's like the milk killer. He drinks a lot of milk. I am not a big milk drinker. So he has this gigantic container of like chocolate Nesquik sitting around. I didn't want it. I wanted the Hershey syrup. That's the only way I wanted the chocolate milk. So that has been happening. And lately, Lay's Original Chips, which is totally random if you ask me, but that's what it's been. And normally I don't eat Lay's chips. It's other brands. So I don't know. I don't know where that one came from, but those are really the only 2 cravings I've noticed. Everything else has been kind of normal, so that has subsided. A couple things left here, and then I'll let you guys go. One thing that did take me a while to finally go ahead and do. I'm a little superstitious with some of the stuff. It's like I don't want to jinx this, you know. I did have a stash of random baby items. Most of them were purchased well before any of this journey. Some of them were purchased when I got pregnant the first time with the first miscarriage that I lost. And some of the stuff was purchased well before then. My husband's family really wanted us to have babies much earlier on. We've been married for 13 years. So quite a while back, if they would see, you know, awesome deals on certain items, they'd buy it and say, hey, here, you're going to have babies soon, right? Here. Well, as it turned out, that is not the way it worked out. So I did finally have my husband pull all of that stuff out, and I say, okay, I don't remember what I have. Let's go through this. I did find some stuff that had recalls, so I sent that off. Like you think about recalls, it doesn't matter how many years ago it is. Most of the time, we'll still accept the recall, especially if it's, you know, a brand new product that you've had. So I sent off a couple of those. There were a couple of other things that I didn't want to keep, so I brought them to Goodwill for somebody else to use. And there was still a pretty good chunk of things there that I did keep, that I am going to keep. I organized it a little bit, but more like organized it into bins because obviously we haven't even touched the thought of nursery or where things are going to be. We kind of know where things are going to be, but, you know, not enough for me to be able to organize anything. But I had these large storage bins that just kind of had random stuff in them. So I kind of organized the bins. And you know what? It's crazy what the mind purposely forgets. There was a small handful of things that I could tell were newer, and I must have bought them right before the first miscarriage happened. That one was at 10 weeks. So I did have a little time, and since that was the first time that something had finally worked, I did kind of go out and say, okay, I want to buy a couple of things. Luckily, they were all small things, but one of them was a car seat campy. And I didn't remember buying this at all. I found it in the box, and I was like, wow, look at this. I didn't know I had this. Well, I took it out of the package. Now, imagine this while being hormonal, all right? I took it out of the package. Not only did I forget that I had bought it, I had also forgot that I had embroidered it. I had it embroidered. I pull it out of the package, and what is embroidered on it? Miracle. And I'm tearing up thinking about it right now. I lost it when I saw that the first time. Completely lost it. I'm like, how did I forget that I did this? So it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. For now, we have the stuff out in an area where I think the crib is going to be. But that's about it. I think once we find out the gender, we'll be able to start moving on certain things and get some stuff done. So, other than that, I did mention that I went out and got pregnancy clothes. I forgot to say, you know what, I'm not the most frugal person in the world, but with certain things I try to be frugal. And, you know, pregnancy clothes can kind of be expensive, so I tried to put it off for as long as I could. Probably shouldn't have, because I went in there and I tried some stuff on. And I'm in the dressing room, and the first thing I tried on was a pair of crops that I actually have on right now. And I pull them up, and I went, oh my God, that feels so much better. It's like pregnancy clothes, maternity clothes. It's like the best kept comfort secret as far as I'm concerned. Then I tried on a pair of jeans, and you know, I've been through a lot of sizes over my years, and I've been through a lot of different brands and a lot of different types because, you know, when you're certain sizes, certain things are more comfortable than others. I've been through it all. Really, I have. I mean, I used to be really thin, and obviously I'm not anymore, so I literally have tried it all. And saying that, these pregnancy maternity jeans are like the most comfortable thing I have ever been in, like ever. And I put that on Instagram, and a couple people said, oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you should have done that a long time ago. Well, maybe I should have, but I'm certainly glad I did it now. So that's about it. That's about all I have written in this. I do want to say one thing, though. Maybe you can tell, maybe you can't. I think, and I say this crossing fingers, because part of me will always be nervous. But I think I can say that I am finally more comfortable in my own skin. I am more comfortable with this situation. I am just letting it happen. I am telling myself that everything is going to be just fine. The first 3 months, so let's say the first 12 weeks, I feel like I spent it just constantly worried, waiting for the shoe to drop, you know, waiting for what's going to happen next, what's going to go wrong. And when we got past the first trimester, it was like I was able to breathe a little bit. And then I graduated out of the IVF clinic, and I breathed a little bit more. And I don't know if it was just finally going back to another doctor, a regular OBGYN, and still seeing the baby moving on the screen and everything being fine, and the tests that they did do originally being fine. I don't know what it was, but the last couple of days I have felt so much more comfortable with this. Like everything is going to be fine. And again, I pray that I'm not jinxing anything. There's always that little voice in the back of your head that's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. If you've ever been through any of this, any remote small part of any of this, that voice is never going to go away. I know that, but it does get easier. It does, it makes it more comfortable to accept that something isn't always going to go wrong. This is it. This is it. This is it. And that being said, we took a huge plunge and we planned a baby moon. We planned a baby moon at 19 weeks, so it's not far from now. I'm 16 and a half weeks now. And we're going to go to Key West, and we're going to have a great time. And part of me is like, is this me saying this? I planned a baby moon. Wow. And before you ask, I did talk to the doctor, and doctor's fine with us doing it at that time. The only thing she did mention, and I found this interesting, but it made sense. Because I'm currently on baby aspirin, and I will be the whole time because of the MTHFR and the clotting issues, anytime I get on a plane, she wants me to take a full aspirin and also make sure I drink a ton while I'm on the plane. So, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and that's it. I'm going to let you guys go because this is getting crazy long because it took me forever to do this update for you guys. Again, I am sorry. If you're not attached to my Instagram or my Facebook, I will try and link them below. Send me a request. And I try to make sure that I'm on there. But, I mean, hopefully this will be the last time you will see me disappear for a couple of weeks at a time. Update-wise, at least. Because hopefully I won't get sick again. Hopefully this is out of my system when we're good to go. So, I will talk to you guys in my next video. I will probably do that wives' tale gender test video next. I'll probably do that soon. A couple other things I'm thinking of doing. So stick around. And I end every video saying this. And I know I say it this way every time too, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyways. Thank you for all the good subscribers. The new subscribers, the old subscribers, thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. I read every last one of them. I swear to God I do. I know I don't always respond to every single one, but I do read them all, and I love every last one. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers, for the support, for the thoughts. I firmly believe that all of that helped this. All of that helped this along. And some of you are going through some tough times right now. You are in my prayers. Even though I hope that something has finally worked for myself and my husband. I will never forget where I came from. I will never forget those feelings. Wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. So if you're still struggling, if you're still out there and you're still trying and you're still waiting, you're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers, and don't give up. Don't give up. All right. Talk to you guys later.